This deck is built around token generators and Mondrak Glory Dominus, which reads, if one or more tokens would be created under your control, create twice that many tokens instead. Sounds like a good plan to me. Let's head to the ladder to check it out. All right, we're going first, and we have a Skrelv's Hive, so don't mind that. A little turn 2 action going on, a little turn 3 Adeline. Opponent has a blue land. A mono blue? Ooh, when you hover over it, they get jiggly. All right, they're soldiers, okay. Lanes was not bad there. I think we want to get this Adeline down. Next turn we have lay down arms up, but just going to get more and more creatures and try to be in the offensive against our opponent. Sky Strike Officer, okay, that's something we definitely want to lay down arms on. So we'll go ahead and just do that. And just attack with Adeline. Opponent gets a free block, but they're also taking some damage there. We'll pass the turn. We do have a charge of the Might, which can kill another creature, which is pretty nice. Depending on what they have. If it's a Brutal Cathar, we'll happily do that. Mural. Okay, well, attack with this Adeline. Create the 1/1 and then kill the Mural. Let our opponent take some more damage. Then we have White Sun's Twilight and Mondrak coming on. Making some 1/1 army here. Thalia, sure. I mean, we got Mondrak coming on. Maybe we'll attack with the Adeline first, since it doesn't really matter about the 1/1. They'll just make more. Our opponent decides they want to block the Adeline. Interesting. Okay. We can get our Mondrak down. Pass the turn. We can sacrifice some artifacts, put an indestructible counter on this Mondrak if we would like. It's going to cost us some life, so I don't think we'll do it now. Opponent is getting frisky. Okay. Good our turn. Vindicator. It's not a bad one. Okay. Time to attack our opponents some more. I think we're coming in with everybody. They can't block now, so might as well be getting in with them. Makes our Adeline a 10-4. Resolute Reinforcement. Sure. Let's see what they have here. Blocking the Adeline. Double blocking the Adeline, sure. Blocking a 1/1. And blocking a 1/1. Alrighty. That all sounds good to me. I'm taking some damage still. Get a Phyrexian Vindicator down and pass the turn. And they can't beat the Vindicator. Solid draw from us. GG's, not much else to say. Okay, opponent is going first. Fine by us. See what they have here. We're gonna lay down arms, so maybe we could go lay down arms into Adeline or something like that. Our opponent, Harbin, sure. I think we're just happy to exile that right now. So they're playing Legendary. Rabble probably considering to play 2 Plaza of Heroes and Thalia, okay. I'm gonna get our Adeline down. Good blocker for Thalia. They have their own Adeline, yep. think we're gonna play this Mondrak. It's a solid thick creature who would create 2/1/1s, but they would both die, so no sense in running it out there now. We can get a wedding announcement down, or we can get a charge of the mites going next turn. Both pretty nice. Okay. Tolu's connives and then puts the connived cards into their hands. So the Zdenic put into their hand. Yep. Can't cast anything, considering creatures they have. Not Thalia. I'm not really sure what the plan was there, but okay. But yeah, wedding announcement time and Skrelv's Hive time. Go ahead and pass the turn. Just make a big board. We have this charge that might kill any creature, which is going to be big. Mondrak putting in work already, creating some tokens. We'll easily block the Tolus if they attack. This kind of screams me that they have a Wandering Emperor if they were to attack. It looks like they don't, so they don't attack. Depopulate, not the best draw right now, but so we could kill this Tolus and attack with the Adeline and the Mondrak. And our opponent, they see us thinking about potential plays they have and they concede. They probably felt like they were dead. We were taking too long to make a decision. I think it was going to be actually a tough decision what we were going to kill. Probably the Tolus there, but either way, opponent looks to be in dire straits and we look to be taking home a W. Alrighty, and I'm here with white tokens, mono white tokens, and Phyrexia will be one standard. And as you saw in the last game, really we're trying to leverage the power of Mondrak with, you know, amazing token producers, wedding announcement, Skrelv's Hive. You're trying to leverage all that together to kill your opponent. Another real benefit of this deck is around this token shell: Skrelv's Hive, White Sun's Twilight, Charge of the Mites, Announcement, Adeline, Mondrak, Wandering Emperor, Rabble Rousing, Eternal Wanderer. You are just a mono white deck, so you have lots of planes and a Naganjo. That means you can cast Phyrexia and Vindicator every time with 4 mana. It also means you can lay down arms a lot. Both things super powerful to be able to leverage in this format. And I would say that's probably the biggest reason I would lean mono white with this deck. I know both those cards aren't token specific, but they're both very powerful cards in the format. And anytime you can just play them incidentally, I think is really powerful. That being said, the token package is incredible around Mondrak. I mean, you get the Mondrak down. If you already have a wedding announcement going, it's 2/1/1s. If you have Skrelv's Hive and a wedding announcement, if you have Skrelv's Hive, wedding announcement, Mondrak, you're just getting absurd value. Charge the Mites is really good. It doubles as a removal spell, which I would say in this deck we're probably using most of the time. But also, just if you have a Mondrak out, you can just create 4/1/1 colorless Mite artifact creature tokens at the end of your opponent's turn and really put the Toxic Herd on them. Rabble Rousing is a house as always. I think, you know, the hideaway, we're not, you know, probably getting as much value as out of the hideaway part of this deck as maybe some other decks do that go a little farther up the curve. But, you know, getting an Eternal Wanderer, it would be fantastic with the hideaway for the Rabble Rousing. And really, though, you're all about making those extra tokens. You know, if you attack with 5 tokens, you have a Mondrak out, you're going to create 10/1/1s. That's just absurd. Your opponent, it's wrath or die business for your opponent at that time. That's basically the plan of the deck. You know, just do a whole bunch of token generating and hopefully that it overwhelms your opponent. We have a few ways to interact with the opponent with the Lay Down Arms into the White Sun's Twilight, which can be sort of a one-sided wrath, leaving you with your Toxic 1 Mites. And also, we do play a Depopulate if you fall super far behind. Something a backup plan. But this is probably the card I'm the least confident needs to be in this deck, but I'm running with it for now. There might be a point where I take some out in the middle of the matches. We will see. I'll update you if that's the case. But yeah, that's the plan. Let's see if we can win more games on the ladder. Okay, we're going first, and we have a lot of laydown arms, but we only have 1 plains. I have faith that we'll draw plains, though. We have this Skrelv's Hive to get down on turn 2 as well, which will be pretty nice. One is on Evolved Sleeper Mono Black. I think we'll get the Skrelv's Hive going. Next turn, we'll have, you know, if they play Tenacious Underdog here, we'll have double laydown arms, which I'll feel pretty good about. See what they have here. Hopefully they start using spot removal spells on mites, so that way we can get this Phyrexian Vindicator down and they don't have a way to block it. We'll see though. Probably want to pocket a laydown arms for a Sheltered or a Phyrexian Obliterator, although we're 2 planes short there. Opponent's coming in. Probably indicates they have something to play if they didn't use their mana. They do have the Underdog. Okay. I think that means we're just gonna lay down arms the Underdog and let them have the Evolved Sleeper for now. Not that worried about it, and much more worried about, you know, other plays they can make here. Opponent's gonna have to decide if they want to attack us or not, or let our Skrelv's Hive go to work. In the tank here for our opponent. Okay, our opponent has passed to us. Didn't play lands, but we can potentially lay down arms, this Evolved Sleeper, and get the Skrelv's Hive going. But our opponent might have salted out of the game after missing a land drop. We'll see though. Okay, yeah, looks like our opponent timed out there, so we will just go ahead and attack. Since they're timed out, they won't be able to block. Use a Phyrexian Vindicator to cast it and pass. And guess here the opponent will run out of time and concede. Looks like they're salting out of the game here. Maybe there's a connection problem, and they're, you know, with their client or whatnot. But kind of seems like to me they saw the Skrelv's Hive and they bailed. Alrighty, well, looks like our opponent is indeed going to rope out of the game, but that's a victory in my book. I mean, they didn't want to get laid on arms with the Tenacious Underdog. They definitely didn't want to get beat down by Skrelv's Hive. And they definitely gave us a win. Okay, this hand has nothing to do until turn 4, so I think we have to ship it back. This looks better. I think we'll bin this charge the mites. Opponent's going first. Might also be on mono white. I'm definitely considering cutting this Iganjo. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it to not have a lay down arms benefit. Overseer. Okay, opponent's on mono white value, seems like. See if they have a way to remove our Adeline. Can't be with Wandering Emperor. Phyrexian Vindicator. Yes. I think we need to exile that Phyrexian Vindicator. Attack with our Adeline. Damage in. Get Skrelv's Hive down. We do have our own Phyrexian Vindicator, but we don't necessarily want to reveal that at this point. Another Overseer. We're fine with that. We can double block this Adeline if they would like. Probably means they're going to hold back. Okay, so they're getting rid of our Adeline there. Okay. Make a token with Skrelv's Hive. Attack for 1. Play our own Phyrexian Vindicator. And I don't think we need to play the Aganjo at this point. I think we can potentially hold it up. One is hitting all their land drops. They have an Elish Norn, so they're getting double triggers. Okay. Plains was a good draw, though, for this exiling this Elish Norn. And we'll go ahead and attack. Opponent does not seem to be in the blocking mood. We'll play another Skrelv's Hive. Pass the turn. See if our opponent has... If they have a Farewell here, it is game over. They won't name enchantments. They have another Elish Norn. Okay. Yeah, we're just getting in. Opponent's got some Toxic, and now we have another Vindicator going. If they have a way to remove our Vindicator, then we are losing this game. So we can't block, but that's kind of what's going on. Sanctuary Warden. Yeah. Yikes, these Inspiring Overseers are beating us down, but thankfully the Vindicator is flying. So they double triggered Sanctuary, double drew. If you want to attack, we're blocking all day. Okay, not attacking. I think we're going to attack with everybody in Wrath. See what our opponent does. I mean, they have to block the Vindicators with the Overseers. Opponent's doing a lot of blocking. How would they like to block? We're asking the question, though. What would you like to do to block? See how they answer. I mean, they absolutely have to block. Okay. So in this event, I think that means we would like to deal some damage to the Sanctuary Warden here. Or are we really just going to depopulate this still? So we're blocking here. We'll be able to deal 2 damage to the other Inspiring Overseer. So that way they'll have no board except for that Elish Norn. But we will take lethal on our upkeep. I think we have to depopulate. Damage to their face. Go ahead, depopulate and pass. Yeah, opponent I think made pretty good blocks there. If they had made a mistake in blocking, we would have killed them for sure. Combat Thresher, sure. We have a Ganjo for that. What's in Twilight? Not bad. We'll go and pass the turn. So they know that we can't block, so they know we must have something. Next turn we can make 3 1/1s. What is that? 3? We'll have 7 1/1s total, and hopefully that'll be enough for the next turn, but we won't have enough life. But we'll gain some life off this White Sun's Twilight, which is nice. This is going to be a close game. This is going to be a very close game. See what our opponent has. They have like a Sanctuary Warden here. This game definitely ends. Lauren of the Third Path. Okay. Got our Hive. these could eventually have gained lifelink, we'd be feeling pretty good, but not quite there with the poison on our opponent. So I think we pass again this turn. Keep the Igonjo up for the Combat Thresher. Opponent probably needed to attack with both there. If they tap to draw a card and they play a... They do. Okay, if we draw planes here, we can be in business. Overseer, sure. Yeah, if we draw planes here such that we can wipe the board with whites on Twilight, we'll be in business. Populate's not bad either. Yeah, I think we're just gonna populate here. Pass the turn. We're on 1 life. I mean, we're really, this Skrelv's Hive is counting down for us, and oh man, that Sanctuary Warden was rough. So yeah, now I think we need to lay down arms the Sanctuary Warden. And we have to cast this right now for 3, which is not ideal. But we need to gain some life. Eventually, if we can get our opponent to take enough poison, we start gaining life with the mites. It's close here. Another Combat Thresher, but only... Oh, they do cast for... There's so many lands, okay. Bearded Companion, yep. Opponent is definitely cycling through their deck now. Spirited Companion, for sure. We're getting low. Charge of the Mites. I think that means we're dead. If our opponent was on 3 poison, we could gain enough life to stay in the game. But at this point, we can't block 3 of our opponent's creatures. We can only remove 2 of them. We'll be at 1 life anyway. Only hope is if they don't attack with everybody, but it seems unlikely. We'll lay down arms. We don't have enough planes even to lay down arms that creature. Yeah, can't get past it. We were close though. GG's. We have a lay down arms. One could be on mono blue potentially. Let's see. Demir of some sorts. Bowing Hybrid. Yeah, I think this is a card where we're pretty happy to exile it, because you can get solid graveyard value otherwise. Next turn we can get a wedding announcement down. Unless they have a counter spell. It's only possible that they could have this. I think they don't though. They have a way to remove our wedding announcements? No, they have a way to give us a poison counter. Interesting. Prologue to Phyrexia. Okay. Well, that could be tough. I'm getting poisoned out. Go to combat here. One takes their damage. I think we just need to get this Adeline down. Imagine I have a removal spell for it, but at least it's not a removal spell for another creature we have. Another prologue. Okay. Well, poison counters galore for us. No removal spell for the Adeline. We're gonna hit hard next turn. Drag to the bottom. Didn't kill our Adeline though. Interesting. Yeah. Just attacking. Pass turn, make the 3/2/2 and flip. Drag to the bottom is certainly an interesting removal spell in this deck. Wow, we're getting all the poison counters right now. Curiosity, yep. Now we can draw some cards. Another Curiosity, sure. I think we'll get this Wandering Emperor down and start making tokens and really start doing damage to our opponent, and they understand that it's GG's. Alrighty. Not sure what's going on there, but we'll take a dub. Alright, we're going first. We'll need to draw some lands, but there it goes. What does our opponent have? Mono red, Kumano faces Caucasus. Okay. They're going to cast two things that we can lay down arms, like two Phoenix Chicks. Nope, just one Feldon. Okay. Nonsense we could cast wouldn't be bad. But gotta live with what we have. Next turn we can get an Adeline down. Plus a lay down arms, which will be nice. Mechanized Warfare, sure. Yep, Adeline coming down. Lay down Arn coming down and a etching. We're gonna go ahead and pass the turn. We have a Rabble Rousing coming. This will be pretty nice blockers. They have a Rending Flame straight up, okay. Do we want to play Wandering Emperor? I think we do, so we'll go ahead and pass with Wandering Emperor up. See what they have. Chandra, sure. Gonna deal some damage to us here, but we'll be able to deal some damage with this Wandering Emperor. Swift Spear, sure. Do we want to gain a life? I think we do.
You're just underway. You're done.
Alright. I think it'll be Mondrak time. Play the plains and just get two 2/2s while we can.
I'm never done so good.
Go ahead and pass the turn.
Protect the people.
We're at 13. Still could easily die to what our opponent has going on, so we'll try to avoid that. These having vigilance will be nice with Rabble Rousing though. Opponent is probably going to plus for cards, which means they're not plussing for damage, which will be nice. At least if they had a lightning strike, they could get our Mondrak, but I think we'd be okay enough with that at this point. Probably would mean we could still kill this little Chandra for the most part. We could protect it, but it would bring us down to 9. And attack fights both our 2/2s. I don't think that's worth it. And they do have more mana and a Swift Spear, okay. And nothing. We'll be entering maintenance soon, okay. Question is, do I want to play the Adeline or do I want to play the Rabble Rousing? Get creatures either way, but this way we have an Adeline down, so I think we'd rather have this. Both attack Chandra, and we'll get the 1/1 attacking Chandra as well. And if I play with fire, at least it's not going towards our face. Opponent is considering which one to block, I guess. Okay, they don't have any way to kill another one of our tokens. Do keep their Chandra alive, though. Another Mechanized Warfare, okay. They're going to do damage with the Chandra, or what are they planning to do? Yeah, down to 8 for us. We have another... Do we have a play with fire? No, doesn't look like it. That's a way to gain some life. We'll probably take, to be honest. Yep, attack our opponent there. I think we will just take this opportunity to gain 4 life. Actually, I should have done that pre-combat. Man, I'm fumbling the bag right now. If I did that pre-combat, I had more damage and probably had lethal on our opponent this turn. That's not the case, though. Well, at least we get to Rabble Rousing. What are we going to hide away? The Eternal Wanderer? Or a Vindicator? Don't really think it matters. We'll get a Vindicator, though. Tag with everybody. Play the Vindicator. Tag our opponent for lethal. Rabble Rousing still good, folks. It's still good. GG's. And we're back with mono white tokens, and Phyrexia will be one standard, and yeah, the deck performed admirably. I think just the plan in general of having Wandering Emperor, Eternal Wanderer, Phyrexian Vindicator, White Sun's Twilight, Lay Down Arms, Wedding Announcement. Those are just really good cards. And then you fill them around with, you know, Rabble Rousing, Skrelv's Hive, Adeline, Charge of the Mites. I think you still have a really solid deck. And I really enjoy the token aspect of this deck. There is a mono white mid-range deck. It's one of the better decks in the format right now that leans more heavily on Eternal Wanderer and Blink cards like Spirited Companion, things of that nature. So that way you could get extra value with a +1 from the Eternal Wanderer. And that deck is pretty good. It has ways to combat some of the more aggressive decks in the format as well. Lay Down Arms is a super powerful card right now. And I'd definitely be looking to get this card into play if I could. It's one of your probably better ways of dealing with some of the toxic creatures early in this format. I think strategies like this, which is basically sorcery speed magic, still going to have problems against sort of the Ivy Spell Thief style decks where they can just sort of run you out of the game from that perspective. Card advantage and velocity, things of that nature. I think you'll struggle with those kinds of decks. With the bigger mono white and also this version. And I think this deck in particular can help you gum up the board more than that deck. So I think if you're really maybe against soldiers or some sort of deck like that, really gumming up the board, if that could be advantageous to you, I think this is probably the deck you're looking to go for instead of the big mono white mid range. So overall, I think the deck does have its applications, but I think there is a reason why the big mono white mid range deck, with Ambitious Farmhand, Spirited Companion, the Peacekeeper, the Sarah Paragon, the AO, the Dawn Sky, Sanctuary Warden, Steel Seraph, Bank Reckoner, Bank Buster, also Wedding Announcement. I think that deck, this is what I'm trying to describe here, is more prevalent in the format because it attacks some of the other problem decks better. It's just in general more well-rounded deck. But I think for specific metagames, I could definitely see you, pivoting to this deck to try to attack the ladder. And honestly, if you just like token strategies, which I do, I just enjoy playing token strategies and really hosting creature strategies with the Phyrexian Vindicator. I mean, that's also a big draw to this deck too. You're literally playing all planes. You can Phyrexian Vindicator and really feel good about just bashing in creature decks. I think that's a solid place you could be as well. There are, like I was saying, there are places I think you could formats. I guess you meta games. Sorry, I'm using the wrong word. Kind of rambling at this point, but I'm using the wrong word. Meta games. I think where this would be a deck you could potentially pick up instead of the larger mono white. But not sure that meta game is right now. But good games overall. It's very fun. If you like tokens, this deck is for you. I would like to see, play your decks on the channel, so please submit decks. It's in the Google Forms in the description down below. And if you like this deck, you'll probably like the last standard video I made. It's on your screen right now. And until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.